Hello everyone, and welcome back to Academy Futurae. Say hi everyone.
Hi
everyone.
Hello!
Alright, so two disclaimers here. The first, I am incredibly burned out! But thankfully, this will be the very last session before I will officially hand the reins back to Jesse, as this arc will finally come to a close. So,
That's Jesse. He's right there.
I apologize if it shows up in my voice, because I am really, really ready for this to be done. And two, and probably most importantly, I'm recovering from a cold. I'm long past the worst part, but in the event that I have to cough, well, sorry. I did take congestion meds and painkillers before this, just in case, so there's that.
We tried lesser restoration and lay on hands. They didn't work.
They don't work through the computer screen.
No.
They do, you just need to push your face
But
closer to the screen.
Before we continue...
Nope.
Yeah, but before we start things, a recap as usual. Pretty much last session was just the roleplay before you guys finally got to talk to Neria. And some of the highlights of those include Chidinma taking her to the tallest ziggurats in the Moment Watcher's village, and telling Crudez a few things, promising that she'll tell Crudez everything she remembered about his mother, Cruda, as well as giving this goblin a big old bear hug.
No.
Which I'd like to remind you, she's Loxodon, so it is really a bear hug.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
You are completely encompassed in booba.
Fine by me.
Perhaps. Traylon, I believe, was, I guess, either assisting or taking a stab at predicting the weather with the locals.
Yes, he wants to flex on the locals.
Yeah, basically he wanted to flex. And Francesco was also flexing, but instead of his muscles, it was his fingers, as he basically partook in arts and crafts, so to speak, with the men of the tribe, which you guys learned very quickly that this is a matriarchal society, and so, yeah.
I made a fanciful doily to rival the Asians.
And if I recall correctly, you actually did roll rather decently. So, yeah, that works. Yeah, so, Nimbus, I forget if he did anything before this, you'll have to remind me, but you went ahead and comforted Persacha after he did not take his own part of the trial very well at all.
Yeah, that was basically all he did. I had to fix my boy.
And it seems like, for the most part, you definitely cheered him up to an extent, I would say. But when the time came, you finally got to meet Neria for the first time, like, actually have a conversation with her. You watched her woke up, rather violently, from her very long coma, where she finally explains, you know, why she did what she did. And she hated to be the bearer of a little bit of bad news, but even that answer is kind of vague. But what it boils down to is she essentially had a vision, a very catastrophic vision of events to come, and she felt as though several different people were connected to it, but the only one that she could identify was Alice. And so she decided to take it upon herself to keep Alice from being taken in by the Academy for now, or at least not until she gets off a warning, which she managed to. She made it specifically clear that you cannot kill her. Under any circumstances, you cannot kill her. Do whatever, but you cannot hurt her, or kill her, or any of these sort of things.
Even emotionally?
Yes.
Oh,
Especially emotionally.
Oh.
let the goth dream. You were saying, Chris?
I'd still rather talk to her than Alice. Neria, I mean.
Yes, she actually seemed quite pleasant, actually. And
Unlike-
quite approachable, unlike the vast majority of the Moment Watchers.
Unlike Alice, who was acting like a total prima donna.
And speaking of Alice, you finally did get to interrogate her. You learned that, her and her boyfriend, who you killed very long ago, Leopold, basically cut a deal with the headmaster to sort of, like, set up an operation at the Academy Island. Of course, it's probably safe to assume, from the way she is talking about it, that the headmaster had no idea that it involved shipping off corpses to be used for manual labor. However, she did mention that the one caveat to the deal was basically, do not interfere with the Academy or any other of its protectorates in any way, and well, what did Leopold do? He messed with the Academy and its protectorates.
She was also, like, hypnotizing people. It was pretty shitty. Like, someone had to stop that, right?
And you did. But it also gave Alice the unfortunate realization that she basically attacked the Academy for absolutely nothing.
Oof.
Yeah, she kind of fucked up that way. Funny that.
Mm-hmm. Well, with that out of the way, is there anything else you guys need to do before you head on out back home?
I need to check out if the Moon Watchers have a bordello. I'm kidding. I'm good.
I don't know what that is anyway.
It's a
It's a
brothel.
brothel.
Oh.
And all their
Oh,
men.
think of burlesque, but less dancing.
Ah.
Yeah. For Crudez, I would say personally, really, all he would want to do is just like say goodbye to Chidimma before they leave.
Alright. What
Just
about
like a-
everybody else?
Yeah, just like a really quick thing, probably just like a hug and goodbye.
Oh,
Before that,
But yeah.
what about everybody else?
I need to find a spell that lets me whistle and bring my trident back to me.
That's very specific.
That might be a
Yeah.
thing for not here in the middle of nowhere, but
Yeah.
Well, darn.
that
Maybe
is a good idea
something-
though for like enchantments though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess I'll just look for a trinket or two to help remember my times here. Oh, wait, I already have my doily. I'm good.
And Traylon?
Nah, he's good to go. He's got all of his shit together. He's good to go.
Alright, the reason I wanted to hold that off, Crudez, is because, Chiefess Chidinma is gonna be the one that gathers you all together to wish you all off.
Really? That bitch? I mean, how
Wow.
good to see you.
Wow, that's my aunt you're talking about, dude.
That
Nim.
doesn't change the fact that she was kind of a bitch to us when we showed up.
Well,
I'm
yeah.
sorry, not sorry.
Well, yeah, I get that.
Well, don't prove people's misgivings about you by proving their point.
When she does, wish you all off, the rest of the entourage is there with her. As she'll speak up and say, "It is rare that I feel regrettable that outsiders have to leave. But today I make an exception." And she's obviously looking towards Crudez. You, per your request, you'll be leaving with Sister Neria and her prisoner Alice Penderson. However, considering that it is no longer our business and it's back to being Academy business, we wish to send with you something. We figure it would be much better off as your business than ours. And one of the members of the entourage, a goblin, actually walks up and hands to you well, it looks like a high school journal?
What?
Like a bunch of cutesy gothic faces scribbled on the cover.
Nah.
I also like to point out, she gathered all of you, but not Alice.
Oh.
Oh, she's literally out here giving us Alice's diary.
Her spell book.
Her
Oh,
spell
okay.
book.
Okay, yeah.
She,
She function as a diary, though.
pretty much.
That's how she codes spells.
But yeah, she'll continue and say, she had to make a lot of bargains in order to even have sanctuary within the village. She told us these were all Neria's instructions. No wonder they were so effective. But, as part of her final deal, she volunteered to have her spellbook burned to keep from having her start anything nefarious. But, in secret, we kept the spellbook in storage. We figured we might as well examine the contents in order to best combat against it.
Ah, very wise. The best way to know one's enemy is to, well, know what they're capable of.
Yes.
Fair.
Part of trying to see the futures is gathering as much information as we can. Neria's probably already told you this, but it's much easier for us to look into the past than it is to see the future.
Well,
this is the one way where we can make it a little bit easier on ourselves.
You mean because the future is still unwritten?
In a way, yes. But as long as we have as many variables as possible, we have something to protect ourselves.
Well, as long as destiny is still ours to make, that's good to know.
She's looking specifically at you, actually, Francesco. Now,
what?
unless anybody else has any objections, I actually would choose you to watch over the spellbook on your way home.
Oh, me? Well, I thank you, madam. It would be an honor and a privilege to carry this burden for all of our sakes. And he bows very gallantly and outputs a hand to take the book.
She just chuckles dismissively and goes, "Oh, it was an educated risk. Based on the trial, you were undoubtedly the best out of everyone's worst selves. So we decided to let you have it by default."
Oh. Well,
You know,
I
I
will...
would-
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
Well, I will do my utmost to prove my worthiness to the standards you see me for.
I would be mad, but I literally had a cult, so I can't talk.
Well, I mean, you show that you're very likable. Who could blame you for such a quality?
Thank you, Francesco. That helps a lot.
Yeah, and all I can think of is about how I picked a damn good time to quit pot. I picked a damn good time to quit pot.
The Moment Watchers Tribe is sponsored by Dare.
You know,
The failed operation to stop kids from smoking weed.
God.
Well, it failed in that respect, but it succeeded in educating how to do them.
you know, Crudes, I don't mean to step on your progress thus far, but you know us cats have a pretty good sense of smell, right? I know what you
Yeah.
have in that loincloth there.
Yeah, I need it for ceremonies. That's fine. And
Mhm.
only for ceremonies.
And only for ceremonies, right, Argo?
Curtis just kind of like looks over Argo just with that face of like,
Don't you fucking say
squeal,
anything.
Don't squeal. Don't squeal. Please don't squeal. Don't squeal. Dude, please.
the most sweat Crudes has ever sweat in his life. Just like, please don't find out.
Right, Argo?
Just-
Wink,
just-
wink.
Just cue the gif of, like, Jordan Peele sweating bullets.
Yes.
God.
Alright. And... yep, exactly, that one. And with that, she and the rest of the entourage will wish you off, but not before Chidinma does sneak in one last little bear hug on Crudez.
Yeah. Oh, crap. A little too hard.
Careful, he still needs oxygen.
And so, with the wind slightly knocked out of your lungs, Crudez, and everyone heading back towards the front gates, you do see Neria and Alice waiting for you guys. They both seem to have absolutely no intentions of running off without you, of course. And Neria does smile and wave, and Alice is like, yay. As all of you sort of like head out the gate, Neria does sort of give a wave of her hand, and the whole world around you once again sort of like shudders like the Mario 64 painting, as the illusions that were hiding the village to you guys are now back on, and you see nothing but just like a inland lake.
Ba 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 ba.
I was just gonna ask if the illusion, like as it was weaving itself back into form, it just sounded like it going up the final staircase in 64.
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
Neither does for...
Is anyone doing a backwards long jump up the ziggurat?
Yahoo! Yahoo!
I say nemesis.
That's how they invent fast travel.
Yeah.
Yahoo! Yahoo!
Yeah.
That's how you get back to the academy in record time.
God.
Wait. So they're just beyond the new shadow shield that has just been put up between us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Essentially, we can't see them, and ideally, they can't see us either.
All
I
right.
mean, they
well,
probably can.
They can. It's
All
just
right,
you
well-
can't see them.
all right. Well, then in that case, Francisco will wave his hand into what now looks like the empty air and say, "Fare thee well, rulers of these mystic lands, and may we meet again in more peaceful times."
You get no response, but you're pretty sure that there are probably a few people that would be sad to see you go.
Well, with that all settled then, time to start marching forward and get these anxious hips off me, because I got some magic book. Oh. I mean, yes.
Neria will speak up and go, so, once again, I cannot emphasize this enough. Thank you so much for not messing with my vision at all. So, it's not much, but I do have something that could be a token of appreciation. I know a faster way to get home.
Oh?
Faster way back to the Netweaver village, anyway.
Oh.
You know, one with less travel, less danger, that sort of thing.
I mean,
Moment Watchers know quite a ways around this place to avoid detection and whatnot. It's part of the job.
I mean, in that vein, can we just go to the Stonefisher village first?
Well, our our literal boat is on the other side of the continent.
I know, dude. I know. Come on. It's fine if y'all don't want to. I'm just having
No.
Cruda's joke around. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll have time another day, Crudes. I think all of us are tired and we want to go home.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's fair.
Oh, well, we'll get to it, buddy. But let me guess. This way of getting home faster is by way of portal, perhaps in an abandoned church of a forgotten religion.
She does genuinely like chuckle at all that sort of thing. She definitely seems to be, at least to you, Francesco, engrossed in the things that you say. As she says, well, sadly, it's a lot more boring than that. It's about a 3 or 4 day trip, just like before, but, you know, just with a lot less, you know, trouble, so to speak.
Oh.
Oh, well, that works too.
Which, out of character, I'm saying, instead of just having, like, 3 or 4 encounters, you'll just have 1.
Nice.
Nice.
But for, like, in-game time, it would be, you know, another 3 or 4 day travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, well, lead the way, magic lady.
Yes, the excitement shall come
Whichever
from our
one.
enjoyment of our company.
Yeah, she is a lot more carefree and mischievous as she goes about her business. A lot more lively than you-know-who, so to speak.
Well, Neria isn't the one that's in trouble.
Well, she's also... she's also not the fucking goth chick here.
That's true.
So... one second. Okay, this'll work. Change of plans, Jesse? I will let you roll a combat encounter if you want.
Could tell that.
Yeah,
Tell that was
before
just-
before I was telling Jesse in private, it's like, can you rig this so it's only RP? Because I really don't want to do combat. I want to get the fuck out of here. But I simmered down a bit, so sure.
For a second, I couldn't tell if Jesse was the person that made that gasp. It's like, well, Jesse's excited for blood.
Well, so 100 will do 100 then.
Alright. I'll do it if no one else wants to.
You roll your bad stuff, girl.
I never roll. I'm going to roll right now.
Okay.
Okay.
70.
70.
7-0.
Cool. Da, da, da,
I'm going to show off my skill that over half the party has.
Oh? What
Yes.
might that be?
Over half the you'll see.
I do like surprises. I get my agile reflexes going.
Cool. I sent it to the
Oh, shit. You sent it right as I found it.
Are there really just like 100 different encounters in there?
They kind of meld together, like, it's like 1 to 6 or 2 to 5,
Yeah, yeah.
or 12
But
to 14.
there's a lot though.
But there is a
They
lot.
go through a lot of like level. They go through a lot of like level ranges.
Yeah,
So like,
but
right now I use the one that's like level 6 through 10. So yeah.
yeah,
Kill.
but that is all true. But you also have to take into account that the thrill is not knowing.
TLDR, it could be 100 encounters.
I mean, it depends on what table we use.
Oh. I would love it if they just like incorporated more of like Reddit posts of ideas.
I feel like that's be a little too toxic.
Yeah, I don't think we want people from Reddit gearing your encounters in any direction.
Yeah, as soon as I said, I was like, I should know.
Should we
I was
also
like
include?
thinking of Taz. Sorry.
Yeah, should we include some of the YouTube comments as well?
Ugh.
I think.
ever.
Never mind.
All right, so let's see here. Who would be, I guess, looking in the front, so to speak?
I would, and Trowlin would be on my back, on my shoulders,
Going back to being
Short
mega
stack.
person.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like hanging out at the back in case one of our captives decide to run off the hillside, and I can leap into action.
I mean,
That's one way
Traylon.
to do it.
I mean, Traylon is enjoying the extra height, but he knows for a fact that Nimbus likes having his thighs on the side of his head.
I just wanted you to be able to come up here and use your eyes since you're short. But I guess if you don't need me to help you out like this, I can just drop you.
He's like, wait, that's illegal.
No, that's illegal. Just tightens his thighs, or like locks his legs around your neck.
Okay, too tight. Can't breathe. Too tight.
So, Traylon is sitting on your shoulders, right?
Yes.
I'll say, yeah, with that 19, you see this. So sure enough, I will say this happens around, like, day 3, so to speak. The whole trek so far is basically everything Neria made it out to be. It is very calm, very serene. Like, you were, essentially speaking, passing through the back road of all the other places that you sort of visited on your trek. And it's strange how it's like, just a simple change of direction is like, avoiding anything potentially nasty at all.
I mean, it makes sense. She's a moment watcher. She can probably see the path we're walking before we can.
Yeah, she's
However, yeah, she is. At many times, despite the fact that she is very much your willing prisoner and that she is going back to the Academy Island to turn herself in because it's only the most gentle, womanly thing that she can do after everything that's happened, she is quite, laid back and lackadaisical about the whole thing.
Just imagine her skipping along the path while the rest of us are just like tired from 3 days of walking.
Yeah, and she's like a fucking laying-in too, so she's probably like just as tall, if not a little bit taller than you and Fran.
I mean, she's been in a coma for a month. I figured that she's grateful to be able to stretch her legs.
Oh yeah.
Now there's a lady that appreciates life after, I suppose, not having it for a while.
Yeah.
But Traylon, with that 19, even despite everything, you see up in the sky about, like, 6 sort of, like, birds in the sky, it seems.
What have we got? We got some air traffic up ahead.
Oh, pretty birds.
You can't tell by now because, the sun is directly over them, and...
You're burning your eyes.
Well, that is just like, they just look like shadowy silhouette. But then, as, I guess they sort of, like, come closer down, you see more and more of it, and you sort of, like, double take for a second, Traylon, you're like, wait, I see talons, but is that, like, a horse flank? and like a tail or something? What is that?
Oh, like on the bird?
Yes.
Is that,
And then... Yeah.
No, it's just like, is that... What is that? What is that a fucking horse?
Oh, well, perhaps they scavenged a horse corpse earlier.
Carrying it around.
And eventually, all 6 of these things make their landing near you guys as you see 6 hippogriffs.
Oh.
Oh!
And that's when you realize, well, just for reference, hippogriffs are basically half birds, half horses. Picture for reference there.
Really? Let's see. Oh!
It's Buckbeak.
Yeah.
They're the griffin's lesser
Cousin.
cousin.
Pretty much, yeah. And they look... But the thing is, though, the bird part of them is very clearly vulture-ish. And they look pretty hungry.
Oh! Well, hello there, bird hippogriff friend. Would you like a snack? I suppose we might have something in our pouches here.
Do you attempt to try and feed one of them?
I would also like to attempt to do this. Just like toss like a ration in the air towards them. Well, actually, no. They'll think that that's like a rock or something. I'll hold out some jerky.
Oh, lowball it. Maybe you could lowball it. Oh no, wait, holding it out is a good way.
All right. Roll a animal handling check.
I would like to handle this animal in the most gentle and compassionate way possible. 15.
2. Okay. Okay. So, Nimbus, you're just handing it out for them to come towards you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm being screamed at. 1 second.
Okay.
Well, there's
Yeah.
screaming going on, but I'm listening.
Okay, so Nimbus, you are, you're basically holding it out there, as a sign of good faith. It's like, I mean no harm. I'm holding out the good food, so to speak.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, the good shit.
Yeah.
I'm making like those noises that like homeowners make when they're trying to beckon their dog or their cat, like. Come and get it. Come and get it.
We did
Come
that a lot yesterday.
Yeah, we sure did.
As one is sort of like approaching, the others are sort of like circling around it, which in turn are just sort of like circling around all of you.
Ah.
And you see it sort of like open its mouth towards your I'm assuming the jerky is like outstretched from your hand. Like, are you
Yeah.
are you
No,
holding
he's
it
not,
in a
he's,
fist, or are you?
He's holding it out, like pinching it, like index finger and thumb.
Okay.
And Fran is just gonna like securely be right behind Nimbus, just in case.
Okay. Well, it reaches over. So, it reaches over with its beak open, and then leans in with a chomp. But it sort of, like, leans in too far.
Oh no.
And it eats the jerky, but it also digs into your hand.
Must be really good.
You take... Let's see here. It is, 8 piercing damage.
Jesus.
Okay, I'm just let me know if I need to roll for this, but I'm attempting to stop myself from flinching so I don't freak out.
Well, you're not casting a... Yeah, I'll say roll a wisdom save.
Okay. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Against your
Proficiency
better
score.
judgment... Against your better judgment, you are putting on a brave face as this beak is basically digging into your paw. As eventually it does tear away, and the blood starts to, like, seep out a little bit from your hand.
I'll just lay on hands that. It's fine. I've got like 77 points of it.
Nice.
You do see all the rest of the hippogriffs sort of, like, tilt their heads the second they smell blood, but then it just quickly goes away.
Okay, and I'm going to lay out some more of my rations for the rest of them. I'll toss them on the ground.
Yeah.
I'm not getting stabbed in the hand again.
Hey.
Wow, Nimbus, you have such strong of will on yourself. I'm very impressed.
No,
Why,
he
thank you.
just stifled his pain shouts through my legs.
How far are your thighs around my neck? Do we need to have a conversation about this?
Was
I mean,
Traylon still sitting on his shoulders the whole time?
Yes, he's got a crossbow at the ready. It's
They
like
think him a
looking at all-
two-headed centaur-like being.
Yeah,
God.
Traylon's not saying anything right now, but he's thinking to himself, "Oh fuck me, these are fucking big birds. They fly off with little ones. I am not safe."
Like before
moving down and picking up Traylon.
I'll like whisper. It's like, don't worry, I've got you. I've got you. Nothing will happen to you. Not while I'm here.
So, you go ahead and, I guess, toss the rest of the jerky out for all the others to...
Yeah, I'll toss it on like a rock. I'm not just gonna throw it on the dirt. I'm better than that. You know, I wanted to have a pet once. I was prepared for this.
Alright, I'll say... Roll a persuasion? Either persuasion or animal handling.
I'm a lot better at persuasion. I'm gonna
Alright.
take that one. Good thing I did. That's a 9.
Oh boy.
That's a 2.
And it's a good thing they have a -1 in charisma.
I mean,
that's
if
a
you'd
hit.
like.
Yes.
Please.
11.
I will
Alright,
take that
that's-
11.
It's 11 versus 6.
Oh, thank goodness.
You do still get a few extra looks because they did smell blood coming from your direction, and again, the top half of these bird horse creatures are vultures.
Yeah, I'll just like sling the blood that's still on my hand onto the jerky if that entices them that much.
Traylon will prestidigitate the rations to smell like blood.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, that would have just given it an advantage, so I'll just say that makes it a 20.
Nice.
Oh damn! Thank you.
So, yeah. No sooner does this happen, you see one sort of, like, rush up towards it, which prompts the others to sort of, like, rush up as well to not miss out on getting some snacks, which actually kind of, like, gets a few of them to, like, caw at each other and, like, caw and hiss and shove into each other because they're also horses in a way.
Yeah, but at least they're not fighting over which of us they're going to take out. and eat.
Mm-hmm.
Mine.
Bye.
I'm upset at how well I do that.
Suffice to say, it's probably a good time to take your leave now that they're distracted.
Yeah.
And as
Get me out of there.
yeah, and as you all leave, Neria actually just sort of like snickers and says, well, never seen anyone so brave up against Vulturgriffs.
They're just, well, they're animals unlike anything I've ever seen, but they're still animals. They're hungry. I thought that if we were going to become, if they were circling us and looking at us to become a part of their diet, the very least I could do is part with some of my food, because I am fortunate.
It's the smartest thing to do. Most beasties will go for the easier meal.
Yeah.
It's also the most kind-hearted thing to do.
Still, you definitely took the bite like a champ.
Yeah, I sure did. But I'm not gonna lie, that kinda hurt.
He just shows his
But I've had
hand,
worse.
and the fingers are all crooked and bent. There's a bone sticking out.
No.
There's like a scar in the palm.
Oh, I can read your lifelines. Ooh,
Yeah,
no,
not
I
much.
can't.
Not so much longer if we had to fight that.
Well, it takes a true man to willing to put up getting bled rather than spilling it on others.
Well, exactly. Isn't that what people like us are here for?
Hey,
That's one of the
thank you.
reasons I wanted to go to the academy.
Here, let me do something about that. And she'll go ahead and ask for your hand.
My, Neria, how forward? We haven't even gone on a first date.
That's fine, I already have someone in mind anyway.
Damn. All right.
Oh.
I'll give her my hand.
And as she, holds the underside of your hand so that the palm is facing upwards, you see one of her fingers sort of like trace itself along where you would have been cut before. And, just the general sort of like bruises and whatnot. And Nimbus, in the back of your mind, you hear this sort of like ticking clock sound as you watch as you sort of just like watch as it's almost like you're watching a video, being rewound. You watch it as your wound sort of like opens up again before you laid on hands it, but it doesn't hurt. It's like you see, blood sort of like seep back into it, and then the cut just sort of like miraculously sort of like disappear from like one end to the other. And sure enough, once it's over, you see your hand with no visible scarring or any sort of thing like that.
He'll like.
Go ahead.
He'll like flex it where it hurt and just like examine it. Like
It feels exactly like it did before you fed the hippogriffs.
Well, thank you, Neria. Whoever you're thinking of must be one lucky person.
Assuming they realize it.
Can I insight that?
Sure.
See, like, is she actually flirting, or is that person actually here right now? 11.
With that 11... this would probably, I guess... It would technically be contested deception, but she's not trying to decept, but I'll do it anyway. Okay, either way, that's an 8. It's definitely someone here, but it's not you.
Oh. I think I know who it is.
Traylon?
No.
No.
Wait, what?
Maybe the person that she... I'm keeping it to myself. I'm not even gonna say who it is in character, but I think I know.
Oh. Is it?
Me
The one
thinks
where-
Al... Methinks Alice already has her Cheshire.
What?
She's a cat. Makes sense.
I thought we were talking in... Why are we talking about Alice? I thought we were talking about Neria.
Yeah, Neria is talking about how she has someone special in mind, and I incited that, and apparently the person that she has a crush on is here and does not realize that Neria has a crush on her, so I'm assuming that it's Alice, because she literally almost killed herself trying to save her.
Aww. Well, isn't that sweet?
Maybe.
Or maybe it's Crudes, because he's cute, or Trellin.
Nope.
You actually already know the answer to this if anyone remembered anything about the last session.
I don't. Man. Never mind.
Well, I don't like to assume kindness as being flirtatious. Although I guess that can lead into having affection. Yeah.
You guys know that meme from The Office where it's like the one guy that just can't believe what he's seeing, but it's really funny, and he's just like slowly turning, like he's making a pog face. That's Nimbus right now. He looks to Francesco, and then he looks at her, and then back to Francesco, and then he's doing that face.
Yes, Nimbus, we are safe from the hippogriffs. It's quite amazing.
Yes, I'm so glad that we're safe from the hippogriffs, and that's amazing.
So, continuing from there, sure enough, at the end of 4 days of travel, you all return to now for now a familiar face.
Steve Buscemi?
No.
No.
You have made it back to where you set up boat. Or set up anchor, rather, I can't speak. The Netweaver's village.
Hey.
Oh, fantabulous then! What a joyous day it is to be back in such a humble abode.
Ah, yes, we've made our way back. That is good.
There, as you set foot inside, there are already about several of the locals who already recognize you guys, and they all sort of just, like, swarm instinctually together like a pack animal to come up to all and try and be friendly, quote-unquote.
Aww.
Well, I don't mind getting a little friend.
Oh, hello there. You see one of them sort of, like, speak up as... they just stare at you for a very long moment. Until one realizes, oh, right, we need to use our words. Hello there. It is good to see you all in full health.
Yes, it is good.
That is what I said.
Good.
Yes. It is good.
Well, it's wonderful to see you as well. I can already tell you are getting quite good at normalizing human speak.
Thank
Meanwhile, Crudes just kind of like looks amongst everyone present, literally everyone present, and it's like, human. Only the one, I think.
Only the one.
Common.
Yeah, only the one.
I suppose
Sorry.
common is more the frank term for
Yeah.
it. But
Yeah,
the point
it's
is
common.
good for you. Sorry.
Common is whatever the player base's language they speak is.
Probably Goblin.
Hey.
Yeah, you really kind of think about it. It makes you think for a moment. Humans get such a spotlight throughout most of societies, but they make up such a small amount of the population of the world.
Yeah.
Probably some radio and propaganda. Or curse or something.
Yeah.
Well, as these lizard folk are, like, chatting it up with you, and by chatting, it's, well, you know, Neria thinks they're very amusing in their own right. Alice is just rolling her eyes at just their everything.
Be civil or I'll break every limb in your body until we get there.
I can't help it if they're just stiff.
Yeah, well, we can't help it if you are you. We have to deal with it, and so do you.
Your entire motif is basically dressing up and moving around corpses. I would figure that you'd be fine with stiff.
Hey. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
That's why it hurts so much. They almost have it, but they just don't.
How else are they going to get it if they don't try it and get through that awkward stage? Just be a good girl, and we'll be out of here soon.
Yes, and just, I mean, isn't it wonderful? Look at these little chaps and chapettes. And he puts an arm around one of them. How hard they're pushing themselves to be more open with society and the world at large while keeping this stern, firm gaze, looking towards a brighter future. As we all should.
You can see one, like, bring its tongue up towards one of its eyes.
It's a chameleon. It's a chameleon, and it's looking in two different directions.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Well, he wants to have very clear vision.
I imagine that'd probably be the opposite.
Alright.
Onward!
Traylon, if you'll excuse me, I have some very important developments that I need to check on before we leave. Namely in the main hall.
Oh, right. I want to check on the stove, on the oven.
Yes, I want to see if they've learned what spices are yet. Or if they've grasped the concept.
I mean, pretty sure you have to import that stuff here.
Well, importing won't be much of a problem because as members of the Wild Legion, they participate in trade with the other members, so suffice to say, now that spices are on their agenda, they will be getting some at some point.
Yes.
How's the Dutch oven doing?
As for the oven... I'll say... they haven't wrecked it, for sure. Although, it does seem like only, like, a few dedicated members of the tribe who were, you know, lizard brain fascinated by the whole thing actually stuck with it and sort of, like, in a way kind of became the designated, like, oven managers, so to speak.
Yay.
It's they basically do it the way they do in like Subway, and they'll just grab the fish, put it in, put it on a timer, ding, pop it out, and push it out to the next person.
Sure.
Hey, the only way... Hey, society just needs a few people to be inspired by a niche thing in order for it to become, well, a thing.
Do you want Italian or white bread?
Italian, please.
Thanks. Finally, somebody else sees the merit in Italian herbs and cheese. I don't know why that isn't gotten more often.
I'll have
Guys.
whatever you're passionate about.
And he holds his hand dearly.
Guys, what's Italian?
It's Southern Radiaran culture.
Ah. You know, I would have thought it'd been more Peronin
Honestly,
with
yes.
all the things and whatnot.
Well, if we're being honest, Perone at this point is much closer to being the great so-and-so melting pot than it is being like Italy or Venice.
Yeah.
Would you like a snickerdoodle?
Honestly, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Do you have sugar cane here? I would love some sugar cookies.
Eat the snickerdoodle.
Oh.
It was just a question. Jeez.
Which item did you put your most passion and heart inside of?
But I mean, my sword.
But yeah,
Damn it.
but yeah, suffice to say, Traylon, the oven, although sadly not in everyone's hands, it is definitely in good hands.
Yay!
And in terms of getting everybody in on this, it's a start.
My next project is going to be cooking by flamethrower.
Now try it!
I'll try it,
Dude.
please.
Dude, you gotta dial it back a little bit.
Yes, you're moving the culture forward. It's evolving. It's progressing. Maybe invent some sort of carriage that's automated.
Now, I have this other idea for something called a microwave, but so far, every time I've tested it, it's just kind of exploded.
I want to cook things with radiation.
I don't know why, but for some reason the word micro has me disconcerted.
Yeah.
I'm more confused how a miniature wave from the ocean is supposed to make food delicious.
I love you guys so much.
Me too. You guys are good.
Well, I love you too, Crudez.
Okay, well then fuck you, fuck you, I guess.
What?
He just said, I love you too, Crudez, and just ignored Nimbus. Like, well, fuck you too.
Well, he was carrying out the compliments and with the love and everything, and I thought we were just exchanging it back.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So, after that subway diversion, you do rendezvous back with Onweir at the ship, which you actually catch him in the middle of trying to teach a few of the lizardfolk fishermen how to play cards.
Oh no.
They don't understand this at all, but they're trying.
Once they do, they'll have great poker faces.
Yes.
Do you have a 5? Go fish. I'm going to shoot you with my crossbow.
Oh,
No. Go fish. Okay. And then they jump off the side of the ship with the with the spear in hand.
Okay.
It's fine.
They play blackjack and they're like, hit me, and then one just punches him in the face.
Pretty much.
God.
21! Yes!
So, before we leave, is there anyone around here that Crudez could maybe talk to about delivering a letter?
No.
Probably maybe some of the ambassadors.
Yeah.
Speaking of, is there an ambassador from the Stonefisher tribe here? Like anybody from the Stonefisher tribe who would know Gomez?
From the Stonefisher tribe, no. However, just having ambassadors here means that eventually they will return back to Vreeden Leaf Day, and in turn send that to the Wild Legion's version of, like, the Postal Service, and it will definitely get to the Stonefisher village at some point.
Okay. And this is more gag knowledge, but do all of us know that Crudez's dad is kind of a stud and has suitors upon suitors lined up to marry him?
Well, if everybody, like, watched alongside Crudez when you all looked in the scrying pools, then that would have been, yeah, the first time that you would have seen Gomez, so if you think that looks like a stud with a lot of suitors, then yes.
I mean, he's getting gifts from basically everyone in his tribe as proposals.
Yeah. And I mean, I know for a fact Nimbus probably watched because, like, Crudez was, like, tired as fuck when he saw, like, his scrying pool thing, and I think Nimbus was carrying him.
Yeah.
Also, just as a reiteration, because I can tell people forgot about that, those weren't gifts for, like... Those weren't gifts for,
Christmas.
No. But, although it wasn't Christmas at the time, so it could be. But no, they weren't gifts for, like, you know, like, please go out with me. They were more so, like, congratulations for hooking up with someone gifts.
Those weren't
That-
courting gifts. They were, oh hey, you've courted someone. Congrats, gifts.
Yes.
Okay,
you're-
then
yeah.
I completely misunderstood because I thought you were explicitly stating that all of like I thought you specifically said that those were like, hey, this is
Yeah.
what happens when you hook up with someone,
Like,
i.e., all those people are trying to hook up with him.
Okay,
Yeah, like
I think I need to step in here then, John. That was my intention. Was that
Yeah.
these were all people that were like, hey, I think you're really cool. I like you.
I like you a
Oh.
lot. Maybe we
Maybe
don't
we should
married.
hang out at this-
Mm.
Hey!
Alright, I'll take back what I said then.
I love it. Yeah, suitors.
Sorry.
Regardless, if you all watch that with Crudez, then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do anything about it. I just thought it was crucial that Nimbus knew this.
Alright.
Yeah.
So...
But yeah, I'll just have Crudez like give this letter he's been working on to an ambassador and have them deliver it. Just specifically, yeah, you know, Comus of Stonefisher, blah blah blah.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll run the contents of the letter by either you or Jesse or both, and then just post it when we're done.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
Alright. But with that, with both of your prisoners in tow, still not fighting it, you all finally finally get back on the ocean for the first time in a very long time, actually.
Hey.
It's been a
I
solid
missed
week.
the sea. I missed you, ocean. Mwah, mwah. Salted my mouth.
Dude, at least let me put water breathing on you if you're gonna kiss the ocean first.
I need to find the music again for the water.
Water breathing?
Let's put
Oh,
on the
there it
Great
is.
Sea theme.
I found it.
from-
I found it.
Yay.
Let's put on the Great Sea theme from Wind Waker because I like that one a lot.
There we go.
Let's see if there's a commercial on this one.
Uh,
There's not.
Yay! Happy day.
Is there
A
anything
rapturous
you
day
guys?
comes away.
Is there anything you guys would like to do while you're on the ship heading?
Yes.
Yes.
There is.
What would that be?
I would like, Francesca would like to talk to Nira, just as they're sitting around each other.
All right. How do you plan on doing this?
Oh, just like trying to casually walk by her as she's, I imagine, in change and just sitting around on top of the deck on a crate or something. Just be like, so, Nira, I imagine everyone's already talked your ear off about accusations and criminalities sort of things, but I figured since you've heard enough of that, maybe we could talk more about what you dreamed while you were taking your nap.
Oh, this is quite the unusual subject, but it is a welcome one.
Oh,
What
yeah.
brought this on?
Oh, well, I just figured. I mean, I'm always dreaming of the future, and fantastical stories are always a fascinating subject in my profession. So I'm curious of someone of your standing and background, what you happen to fantasize about while you slept away the time.
Well, it wasn't always the future, and it wasn't always the past. It was mostly the present, honestly. Even though my coma was magically induced, a coma is still a coma, and I did go to a professional school, so I can at least tell you some bits of what I've heard.
As she's talking, Traylon just kind of walks by with, "Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, chameleon."
Oh my god.
How do you
Francesco
always
just-
wander into these scenes like I'm? You know what? I'm taking you down below deck. Let's go.
No, no.
Dissect one of my arrows, dude. It's fine.
But yeah, she'll continue to say, I would hear some my own fellow sisters of Kruda wishing me good health, hoping that I would wake up soon. Damn my vision or otherwise. They just wanted to make sure I was okay.
Oh. Oh, it's good to hear you have such very supportive friends around you. You're a very lucky woman.
I must be. I stayed alive after all that.
Speaking of which, I'm just trying to understand your relationship here. Is Alice, like, considered your best friend of sorts?
Well, we were all friends. Me, her, Hyatt, and Leopold back at the
Oh, right.
university. But we were more so associates bettering our learning. All of us knew that we would have to go our separate ways once our term was over. Hyatt would have to go reclaim his land. I would have to, well, go back home and face the consequences, only to find out that there was many more like me who wanted to defy tradition and see the world. And I ended up having to manage this brand new sisterhood of mine. And Alice and Leopold, I had no idea what they were going to do until I had to scry on her after I got her vision and found out all the devilish things she got into. So, we were friends, but we knew we would have to drift apart, and so drift we did.
Well, it takes a very strong bond and mature group of people to, well, know when they have to go their separate ways for a time. But, I mean, from what I can see of your companions, what I've heard anyway, it seems like despite your very large goals, you seem to hold each other very deep in each other's hearts.
Well, the only reason the chiefess even gives the Sisters of Kruda so much leniency is because, well, they remind her of Kruda. She never really let her go, but, well, I'll put it to you like this. They were closest sisters. And, well, the story goes that when Kruda decided to leave the village to follow her own vision, Chidinma pretty much begged and pleaded for her not to go, both chastising her for breaking tradition and also, well, I guess chastising her for even thinking about separating them, but she felt like she had destiny to follow. Nowadays, anytime you just bring up Kruda, it's pretty much a safe way to kind of get what you want to an extent. And, well, I don't know how long that'll last, even though she met her son. All of the other chiefesses are kind of getting annoyed by it. I don't
Annoyed?
know. Yes. They're all supposed to be guardians of the ancient knowledge that we protect. and if one of them has been nothing but a doormat just as long as you say the magic K word, then there's a good chance that if it escalates, she may or may not lose her position someday. But that is only something that fate knows, and so I can't speak anything more besides that.
Well, it certainly sounds like there's a complicated puzzle going on here, but I thank you for at least solving a bit of what the mystery of it's going with.
Well, speaking of mystery, what about you?
Me?
Well, yes, you. When I had to take Alice away from Hyatt's Manor, you weren't there, so you're the new face around here. So what about you? What's your story?
Oh, me! Well, thank you for asking. And he stands up tall and does a Superman pose. I am but a humble knight and savior around the seas of Perone, madam. And I have made it my sworn duty to protect all that need it.
You can see her sort of give sort of a bit of a girly chuckle at that, despite the fact that she's basically your size. Ooh, fascinating. And what does that entail?
A lot of these. And he does some fly kicks in the air and spins. And then he does, and some of these sometimes. He does cry chops with his arms. And every now and again, and this I don't make a habit of doing, but since it was bestowed upon me, I do try to make my signature. And he does a baton twirl with his trident and throws in the air and tries to catch it.
Roll a... I'll say acrobatics with advantage.
Yay!
Since this is your trident and you've been practicing with stuff that isn't your trident. 11. You don't need much to do it. You catch it no problem and then do whatever pose you do at the end.
Yeah. Just like, sort of like if you hold out a sword to plunge it into a beast. Yeah. Like really not vertical, horizontal stance. Like what do you call that thing where you have a large toothpick sword in your just like, yeah, just really dagger stab point.
Right.
And just doing that to anyone that wishes harm onto the defenseless and those striving to better life for us all. Because society only tumbles when good men do nothing, miss. I shan't let that happen 1 inch more.
You see her sort of lounge back against the side of the ship and sort of give a golf clap. She is very pleased with what she's seen. And goes, I don't know what's going to happen to me at the academy, but I definitely hope I keep seeing you around.
Oh, well, madam, you flatter me so. And well, you know what? I hope I get to see and chat with you more so as well. You seem like pleasant company and of good intentions. I can't imagine, the punishment being all that harsh.
We'll see. And she does sort of she does sort of offer a limp paw close.
A what?
What is it? You know that sort of thing where it's they extend their hand, but it's face down, limp wristed, sort of
Oh.
You call yourself a knight, right? What is it those things that those knights do with the fancy women and, they get down on a knee and bow near and kiss them on the back of the hand?
Oh, as soon as she was doing it. What?
The kitty likes the fishy.
Almost got game.
Yeah. He gets down on one knee, indeed. and smooches the hand with like his hand under hers, very delicately.
It's like being kissed by a fish.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never live this down.
That's what she says to herself. And as she says, "You really are good at that. Yes, you really are a knight."
Well, it is my life's goal to live up to those expectations, madam. And to do anything less would be an insult to not only myself, but everyone that expects better.
You know something? And she does sort of like lean in a little bit closer and says, "Normally, in these kinds of visions I would have, I would get a feeling that I would see a face like yours. I've seen the rest of your friends' faces. The fact that I couldn't see yours in my visions makes it a bit more exciting to see what will happen with you. I have no inclination. Everything's sort of up in the air. And that is a lot more intriguing than knowing bits and pieces of what's to come."
Well, the most exciting fates are those that we cannot see, so I'm glad to have you join us in such exciting times.
Hopefully together again.
Oh. Well, if it's going to be exciting, it would be good to have all the more friends to join in on it.
Perhaps. But only time will tell.
Well, until then, madam, I wish you adieu. He pulled his cape as if to say goodnight. Waxed backward.
She grabs her non-existent skirt to give a curtsy back as she giggles about it.
Yeah, and as soon as he walks away out of eye shot, it's just like, well, exciting times indeed.
Oh, Fran likes her back?
It's just like, he likes that people like him.
Ah.
Yeah. So like, people that are cool think I'm cool. Yay!
Oh, he like closes the door and says, okay, thank God she likes me.
Yes, that means I'm cool because cool people think I'm cool. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Trailer. What are you doing over there?
Watching that.
Fair enough. Please don't
Dude,
throw
you
an
weren't
egg at
supposed
me.
to out yourself?
I mean, it's a small
She can't
ship.
hear you.
She
It's
can't
fine.
hear us. It's fine.
Ah, fair. Also, I'm here too.
And I'm glad that you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, are you a moment watcher as well because of your pottings? Your pots?
What? No, that's kind of more so just, I never really did put much thought into it. I just know it's some kind of ceremonial thing that grows around my village a lot. I'm just gonna... can I roll a history for my weed?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. 19.
I was gonna give you advantage since you would have used purpose, but yeah, 19.
Damn.
So when Crudez says it's ceremonial, he fucking means it, because this is the kind of stuff that you would use to sort of like put yourself in a meditative state in order to like commune with ancestral spirits. Like this would be like Native American, like old school weed, like going into the huts where it's nothing but you and all the smoke that fills the room.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's that kind.
Yeah.
Oh man, I once went to a live show where they did like projector screens to like show like what those things look like. And I'm like 6 years old, so I'm like, whoa! There's a eagle made of smoke there. Why is everyone not amazeballs by this?
Yeah, but because Crudez is just using it more recreationally and not ceremonially, it's when he uses it like that, it's just regular old weed. It's only when he uses it in the sort of like ceremonial traditional sense for the purpose that it's supposed to be used does he get that sort of effect.
Yeah, like, he's been using it more so as, like, incense for spell components now than anything.
Which also works.
Yeah.
And so, not to, like, make judgments, but are you trying to follow in the footsteps of your mother, then? She seems like, quite a powerful magic user.
You know, I guess I kind of am.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know about staying with the Moment Watchers. I could never, like, live there and leave all you guys, but I would like to learn more about them soon if I can. Someday, anyway.
I hope so, too. They seem to have a lot going on with themselves.
Yeah.
Is there... Just because, like... your mother came up during my conversation with
Oh, yeah?
Nero over there.
Neria.
Right.
Sorry, dude. Go on.
But, what exactly did your mother do to carry around such weight with her name?
Huh. You know, I remember Aunt Chidinma told me about this, but for some reason it's kind of foggy.
Is that a segue for me to, like, re-explain it?
If you want, sure.
Pretty much both Kruda and Chidinma were two of the chiefess of the village, pretty much at the highest rank where like Chidinma is now, where it's like they're the ones who basically like run the village. And you know, she basically left all of a sudden to follow her own destiny that she found in her own vision, and despite everything, she went along with it.
Yeah, and just, well, it was that, and also just something else that kind of stuck out in Crudez's mind is just like, okay, then why do we have Sisters of Kruda but not Sisters of Chidinma? It's like, why is my mom specifically getting all the, like, almost borderline worshippers? Meanwhile, Chidinma's kind of like, eh.
Well, because, well, the thing you have to understand is that the Sisters of Kruda are not, like, they're not like some kind of massive operation or anything. These are just made of members of the tribe that have left in the same way Neria did, where it's like they're foregoing tradition and it's those people. It's not like, you know, a fan club for Kruda. They are named after Kruda because Kruda is the one that sort of inspired Neria, who was the founder of the Sisterhood of Kruda, to, you know, leave in the same vein as she did.
So yeah, so it's like that. What he said.
Yes, God.
You got a vision from God reminding him what's up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Huh. Well, thank you for that, Mr. Stonefisher. I'll have to marinate on these revelations.
Yeah.
And he almost goes away in the direction of Traylon, but he has egg PTSD, so he's like, I'll just go the other way.
Oh no, you're not going anywhere. Get back here. Give me the book.
Give me the book. No!
I want the book.
No.
Give me the book.
He's fast.
I want the fucking book.
You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out.
Mr. McQuail, you must be trusting. The ladies expected of me to carry the book. I can't just.
hand it over all willy-nilly. It's under my guard, my watch.
Well, then you can watch it as I read it.
Just for fun. Just for
Alright.
fun.
Alright, Francesco, I'm assuming you don't let Crudez try and take it?
Well, the idea was like I roll a sleight of hand to see if I can just like yoink it while he's distracted. Not to like steal it, but just to be funny and just be like, hey, you may want to watch this a bit better.
Well, I'm just
I took it
asking
like this.
because I'm deciding whether or not I have Francesco do perception or not.
Ah, okay. Well, I mean, he can just roll it anyway if he wants.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Francesco does not want to dishonor himself by failing at the mission he was given, so yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll perception.
Perception. Public roll, stop asking.
Alright, so, 17 wins. Francesco, right now you and Traylon are still arguing the merits of whether or not to let Traylon take a peek inside. Meanwhile, Crudez, how do you do this?
Well, he's not really gonna do it all that like complexly or anything. He's just gonna notice that like the book is just kind of maybe like strapped to Fran's side or something. He's just gonna like casually, not really all that sneakily or anything, just kind of unhitch it from his side, and then when he gets it off of him, just kind of tries to distract Traylon a little bit. I can do a different roll for that if you want, but and then
Yeah,
just kind of holds up beside Fran. It's just like, what you mean, like this thing?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Like,
Dude, you got to be a little more careful with this thing. I did that like nothing.
how?
I didn't
What,
peek. I didn't
slippery
peek.
fish?
Don't worry.
Okay, great. May I
Yeah.
please have it back?
Sure.
I was
Now-
not expecting you to have such, well, that kind of sense of humor, Crudez. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thanks, dude. But yeah, don't worry, dude. Just keep a little better eye on it. I wasn't gonna steal it. I was just thought it'd be funny.
Yes, of course. Yes, we're all just having a big old lark here.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Oh no! No.
Very doing.
We are not opening this can of worms. You cut
We
that
already
out.
rolled it.
You
Roll
cut
a
that out,
perception
sir. Hang on. I was supposed to distract Traylon, by the way.
I'm right
Well-
there. There's not much way to. Damn it!
Okay, 19 wins.
He tried.
Hey!
Fran tried to strap it to his butt.
Yeah, you
No, there is
feel a
Congrats.
tug. You feel a tug on your side of the hip this time as you look down and see Traylon's hand in the middle of trying to take it away from you.
He's trying to Indiana Jones it by swapping it with another book.
He psychs himself out and drops the other book.
Oh, Mr. McQuail. Oh, yes, we're all scouts here, aren't we? And he scritches your head. It's like pat. Yes. Oh, you're such a jokester.
Roll a charisma saving throw.
Why are we all doing this now?
All right, roll a perception check.
No!
Hang on.
No!
Don't give him Omen. Don't give him Omen for this.
I mean, GM's call. Can I give him Omen?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, so it's like, oh, Traylon, you silly. Don't drop your book like that. Pat. Meanwhile, Nimbus, how do you do this?
Oh no.
while he's patting Nimbus, while he's patting Traylon, he's gonna kind of like push the book out of its folds because I assume Fran put that back so fast he didn't get to fasten it in, so just kind of pushes it out and then catches it with his other paw.
Oh, so you just like catch it. Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay.
So, while Francesco is disrespecting Traylon with head pats,
Oh no! Oh no! Roll a charisma save, I guess.
I think this bit has gone a little too far.
A little bit,
I
yeah.
think it's gone far enough.
And on that note,
God damn, you did this already.
Nimbus.
Wow.
Perception, Nimbus.
Okay, so Nimbus, roll a perception. Francesco, roll a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
Bet you wouldn't be doing this if I was Argo.
Oh, we'll get to him. We'll get to him. Hey!
Okay. Okay, Crudis gets the book back.
Oh
and
no!
and Traylon, where does he go for a minute?
Crudis, go book it.
he pops into...
Fuck, ignore that. Ignore that.
No, we're using that.
No! You're
No,
not.
That
Fuck
one
you.
we're not gonna use.
Francesco will spend the next 6 seconds in a... somewhere in the mountains. You're not sure.
Where?
Somewhere in middle of Radiara. That's slightly populated with some trees, but he's just now in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Alright, so, Fran, you are... So, Francesco, you are in the middle of trying to save face. You're patting Traylon on his bald head. And then, all of a sudden, you see Traylon just look up to you with the usual just, like, glare in his eyes. And then, all of a sudden... poof, all of a sudden, you're just, like, in a weird mountain range in the middle of nowhere. But the view is pretty pleasant, although it's kind of cold.
Especially
Oh.
with what you're wearing.
Especially what you're wearing, yeah.
All that means is that my bones are all the more invigorated.
And that you're gonna catch hypothermia.
Don't fall
It's
asleep.
only for a minute.
Well, he
Minute.
doesn't know that. At the moment, he's just like, huh, I suppose that was all a dream. Well, I don't recall why I was here, but there's no better way to get your bearings than to get blood pumping to the brain. Starts doing
Krunos already took the book and is just like trying to book it, so
No, well, I guess in that case, he's just gonna strong arm you at this point.
There's just like an outline of like where the book was in Nimbus's hands, and he looks at his hands, like grasping the air. He's like, oh no.
Trail
And
and
then-
cut it out. I will go starry on your ass. I swear to fuck. I
Fucking
swear to
do
mom.
it, bitch. You won't.
Yeah, I will. Watch.
I'm going to put it on the ceiling for both of you to be unable to reach if you don't stop this petty squabble.
Dude, I just wanted to make a joke. Y'all didn't need to go this far with it. It's all your guys' fault, not mine.
I haven't gone far enough.
I could go further, bitch. Try me.
Well, if you want to go further
Like a
enough,
concept.
if you want me to go further enough tonight, then you'd better stop.
Con save against
Me-
what, by the way?
Stink bomb.
I have advantage on this, so fuck you. 23, bitch. Necklace of adaptation. Dude.
Meanwhile, while this is going on, Fran, what are you doing as the minute is about to expire?
It's only 6 seconds, by the way, but yeah.
Well,
Really?
what?
Yeah, it's a lesser version of banishment. It only lasts till like the end of their next turn.
Oh, you're using like the banishing arrow.
Yeah,
thing. Okay, not the spell.
not the
Okay.
spell.
All right. So yeah, Fran, you're just like, oh, I don't remember why I was here, but time to get my blood pumping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all of a sudden you're back on the ship.
Oh. Okay, so that was a dream. And now he's just gonna sit on a barrel and think for a minute while these three yucks yuck it out.
God.
Said the yuck that got his book stolen.
I got a song for that now.
Alright.
While you guys are doing your shit.
Also,
there you
actually, I'm gonna do Dragon Form for that shit. Well, Dragon Form doesn't counter the net in any way. It's just gives me advantage on mental stats. Well, no, lets me take a 10 on mental stats if it goes below, and I think something for concentration, whatever. But yeah, 17 against my AC. Yeah, I have a 19.
How do you have such high AC? I feel like druids should not have that high of an AC.
Shield, and my loincloth has been buffed to shit, thanks to both John and Jesse allowing that, so...
You buffed your loincloth?
Yes.
His tenders are more protected than any set of tenders you've ever seen.
Yes.
I'm
God,
going
right,
I'm going to be right back, so I'll say 5-minute intermission, and then when I come back, we will arrive at the academy. Thank you so much for killing time for me.
No problem.
So, be right back.
I want to see where this escalates to.
I mean, you guys can goof off if you want. It won't be canon. Go ahead.
Block of 24,
No.
bitch.
24. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so sussed.
And of course, use the Three Stooges music there too.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh yeah.
Who you polymorphing?
I'm polymorphing your ass.
Like his actual ass?
I mean, I could polymorph him into an ass.
Alright,
You know.
what's my save?
15.
15 wisdom?
Yeah.
I have advantage because this is magical.
God.
Just, you go and cast it, and just slap your hand out of the way. No!
That's bad, Crudes. No, you don't.
Oh no. Oh no, I've been caught. Oh no. Whatever will happen to me, I'm totally not stalling for time to check my spell list. I don't know what you're talking about. Fog cloud.
I mean, I'm grappling you at this point.
Oh, really now?
I mean, I can... Fuck. I mean, oh, what? You want to tango with the A- average student?
I mean, if you're grappled like it says.
22, bitch.
You also have a disadvantage because you're restrained by the net.
Well, still, 16.
Wait, he's doing this while in a net?
I mean, yeah.
I think that puts him at a disadvantage.
Alright,
Well, it puts me at a disadvantage because, like, I'm, like, tied up in the net. Well, not tied up.
Yeah.
And you would do this while I was out of Cosmic Omen, wouldn't you?
oh yeah, can't really rely on that bullshit now, can you?
No, I can't. You are correct.
Okay, you know what? I'm about to solve this right now.
Give me the book.
Nope. Nope.
Give me the book.
Nope. Nope.
Give me
None
the
of you.
book.
Charm.
I have advantage on this. Oh, another wisdom. Damn it.
14. Alright. We're gonna stop this shit right now. Okay?
I want the book.
No. And at that point, Crudes just, like, rolls over onto it. Arms
I'm
crossed over
holding-
it, just no.
I'm about to hold the both of you away from each other, pushing your heads away with an
Fran.
18.
friends. Acrobatics. 23.
God damn it.
Whoa!
I have a
Oh,
plus
just
9.
wait, fuck out.
I have a plus 9 to athletics, and y'all both rolled higher than me.
Hey, fuck. But yeah, fuck. I need to look at this spell real quick. I need to see how this works. Oh, that. Non-canon. Non-canon, thank God for that. I have a potion of gaseous form.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Why?
Damn,
though?
it takes the book with me! Like, fucking... Oh,
Alright
fuck,
then.
not that.
I just wanted to be included. I didn't think all this would start.
I'm loving it. This is the most exciting fucking thing I've ever seen.
Alright then, bet you want to play it that way. Trillin just pulls out a bunch of empty vials
Just empty vials?
and starts
Yeah, he's trying to catch me in the bottle.
catch him in the bottle.
Oh!
Just get piece by piece until he gets the book.
God.
I'm just waiting for on here to stop
I'm
steering
flying
the ship.
up as you're doing this, by the way. Like, I'm flying up and past your fucking, like, reaching distance here, so... You want to get me, you're gonna have to fucking climb up on Nimbus's shoulders or something. Eyebrow wiggle. Ah.
I'm just imagining like a kitty face on the gaseous form. Like, come get me, ooh woo.
This one. This one.
And since this is non-canon, this is the part during this whole encounter where I'm just like, just fuck already.
Actually, how do you guys all feel about as this is going on, Crudis is gonna drift over to like just above Fran, and then poof back into regular form and cast Hold Person at 3rd level on his way down.
What?
Yeah.
It doesn't freeze you in place, it like entangles you.
Hey, I'm
But-
here.
Right.
Yeah,
Hi.
so, I popped my potion of gaseous form to try and get away from Traylon, and I'm just now, like, undoing it, falling, like, right above Fran, to try to get this book back to him, and casting, like, Hold Person at 3rd level to
Well-
try to restrain, Nimbus and Traylon.
I'm
it's a
not
good-
even going for the book anymore. I'm just trying to get you chucklefucks to stop fighting.
20, bitch.
Well, it's a good thing. It's
Damn
a good
it.
thing. It's a good thing none of it's canon, so
I'll
you can
make it
keep
canon.
potion and all
Fran,
that.
take the book.
You had
take the
better
book,
not,
take
or
the
I'm
book.
gonna hurt you.
Fran, take the book, take the book, take the book.
Oh, and then okay.
All right.
Alright,
So-
My non-canon powers have reached their end. All
All right. Anyway, so
The Three Stooges segment of this campaign has been brought to you by the letter I.
If that all ends up in the VOD, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do something and it won't be pretty.
Have like, oh no, this is gonna be way too much editing work. But have like, just little chibi versions of like Traylon and Crudez just chasing each other around the screen.
all right. So
Future Grade just like no.
all
Fuck,
right.
anyway.
So so the party, after about another 2 or 3 day trip, does eventually make its way back to the academy proper, which means it's time for everyone's favorite song.
It is my favorite song. How did you know?
The best part about being lazy with the music is that we have a music channel where I could just scroll up and see all the music from the past sessions, so I could just do that.
Yeah.
Oh, also, remind me to show you guys something after the session
Okay.
related to the whole music situation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Will do. That would be the perfect ending to this. We get some music bot back. So, I will say, high or low?
Low.
I say low.
After
Well-
that high.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Oh god damn it! Fuck! I was gonna talk to Argo on the way back. No.
Well, now you can talk to him at the academy.
Yeah.
But you guys said hi.
Well, I said hi.
I
The
said
rest of them
high.
said
Everybody
low.
else said low.
All right. Well.
No, I said hi. Everyone else said low.
All right. So then everyone said low. That's a natural 20, so it's high. You come around sunset.
Yes, sunset. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is
So
is my rock still intact?
your rock is still intact.
Hey.
Is the book still strapped under my armor to my chest?
It is. After
Hey.
after everything that transpired, you did manage to get it back in place. Yes.
Despite everything, you still
It's
have it.
still...
So.
Despite everything, you're still nudist.
Hey.
So, as you all head on up to the academy, as you approach the gates, some of the, Valkyries actually halt you for a second and goes, "Thank you very much for coming back. We will go ahead and take the 2 women away."
Oh, before the Valkyries leave, is there some kind of identification that we can use to make sure we know which Valkyrie we're talking to? Some kind of Valkyrie profile, perhaps?
God damn it, Chris.
See their badge.
You motherfucker. You've been holding on to that one, haven't you?
Yeah, I sure have.
God damn it.
But yeah, you've seen them before. These are the ones that usually man the front gates. These are the ones that actually gave you the little boxes with your academy emblems on the first day that you got here, before the 3 houses were made known. So you've seen them before.
Ah, okay. Well then, thank you for taking care of things for us, Zenith.
You see her nod, and she will go ahead and give a nod to the other one next to her named Solmeria, who will go ahead and essentially, they don't cuff Alice, they just have one hand grasp both of her wrists, which she already has behind her back, and just escort her inside. The other doesn't do it to Neria because she is very much willing. And she looks over towards... She looks over towards you all as they're about to head on out, as she says, "Go ahead and submit the book to the headmaster. We'll take care of the rest here."
Okay. Can I mouth to Neria that she should smooch she should smooch Francesco? I'm asking. Nothing's canon yet.
All right, he's whispering.
Oh, you're whispering that to Neria?
I'm mouthing it to her as she's like getting ready to walk away with the Valkyrie.
She just gives you a look and then winks as she heads on out.
Okay. Now, unless you want to learn what Nibelung Valesti means, you play nice.
What?
Nothing. Never mind.
Alright.
Okay, so...
Good luck to you, Naria. And Alice. I'm sure everything will work itself out all for the better.
At this point, too, Pistacha will take his leave and head back to Orange House. Argo... Sorry. Argo will understandably realize that, oh, you guys are about to probably meet with the headmaster soon. And I'll give you your space for that.
Well, thank you. That's very polite of you to respect our personal zone.
So, is there anything that you guys would like to do before you guys decide to talk with the headmaster?
Argo, Argo, Argo.
Argo it is. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, we kind of. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, I don't really have much in mind. I don't even remember if I had much of a chance to like talk to him after we had our like vision.
I think you did.
Did we?
I'm not sure.
Hey, if anyone's watching in the chat, can you... Oh. Hey, if anyone's watching in the chat, can you let us know if I talked to Argo already?
You didn't. I know for a fact, because we all got encompassed in that. I'm gonna steal the book bullshit.
Well, no, I mean, like, after the thing we did, not, like, on the thing.
Go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
Also, the stream was kind of flickering. But yeah, I'm gonna do some, like, post-test chatting. Yeah, just gonna be, just sidle up to him, just like, hey, how you doing?
Oh, hey, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing a lot better now that we're home again.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not Stonefisher Village, but it's home.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get back there someday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, hey, dude.
Yeah?
If I get anything like the me in the vision, I give you full permission to slap me out of it, okay?
But I don't want to slap you, though.
Well, it's for me being a dumbass, okay? Besides, we're agreeing on it right now, and I don't want to be that way to you, dude. That was fucking horrifying.
Well, you haven't before, so I don't think you'll ever.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure I won't either, but just, you know, just if it does happen, smack me, okay? I give you permission. It's okay.
I know, but
Hey, you, come here. And he just goes over and gives him a big hug.
Oh, he'll return it.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, big hug. Yeah.
My fucking god, these goblins gay. Good for them. Good for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Well,
Now they got to go on a mission, dude.
really need to lay down.
Yeah.
Don't forget to give him a kiss goodnight, Crudez.
Just kind of looks over his shoulder at Nim like, you done, dude?
He's just waving,
You done,
smiling, grinning ear to ear.
I mean... God. I'm just over here thinking, wouldn't that be hilarious if we just kind of leaned into that just to make them laugh?
Alright, anything else?
Damn it!
Wait, what?
I was trying to...
I didn't know you were like... Fuck.
Just assuming that, like, Nim was actually saying that, and Crudez just being like, haha, wouldn't it be funny if we did that just to, like, stick it to them?
Yeah, I didn't know you were still talking as Crudez.
Oh, fair enough.
That's what I thought I made clear.
Ah.
But yeah, anything else?
Traylin's pretty keen on going to the headmaster and figuring, and once again bringing out the fact that Hey, so you kind of knew that they were already here on the island before all of this happened? And remember when they said, like, hey, information, it would be pretty good? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, understandable. Traylon has very much a right to be upset about this.
But there is nothing else, right?
Not really. Mostly reporting in, getting a solid answer, and see how that goes out.
I want to check in with Pisacha and see how his fragile masculinity is holding up.
How do you entail that?
Nimbus is more tactful than I am. I needed to make a joke.
Well, yeah, but like, if you're gonna tackle it, how are you?
Hey, Pisacha, are you doing okay?
Better.
Good.
Cool.
And any way I can make it a little more better? Something else you want to talk about that's before we go back to school and you have to reenact your big boy persona?
I think I just need to sleep.
You know what? That's fair. Why don't you go to bed, and after we're done talking to Headmaster Carol, I can come back and tuck you in.
No guarantee I'll be awake by then.
No, I'm not trying to flirt. I just mean like a singular kiss goodnight. You've had a rough time, and I respect that.
Oh, I know. I appreciate it.
Okay. Go get some sleep, big guy.
Oh. Alright, so... what music did we use before for the Headmaster's office? Let's see here.
Wasn't it Sid's Castle from 9?
The secret
Castle?
library... I guess I could do that.
You don't have to. Just make a suggestion.
I can do it. Yep.
Do it.
There we go.
Do it, you coward.
Alright, so... you essentially sort of make your way towards the main staff building, ride the elevator, so to speak. For once, Cedric isn't there to, like, over-enthusiastically and obsess on details with, bringing you, towards the headmaster. Might have been a long day for him. But...
oh no, the poor guy isn't running himself ragged. Is he alright?
oh no, he's in an 18-hour sleep, and he's getting all the rest he can. Something is wrong.
He's in a coma.
I knew it.
One Lannan got out of her coma so that another would go in one. Alright, so, but eventually you do ride the elevator, and at the top of the elevator and down the hall, you see Carol Bronsturk, the headmaster of the Academy Futurae, alone at his desk filing paperwork. And he doesn't notice you at first because he seems to be pretty engrossed in what he's looking into right now.
Mr. Headmaster, sir.
You see him pop his head up. He looks a tiny bit sleep deprived. Oh, yes. Hello there, Mr. Brano. And hello all of you again. You came back in one piece. Good.
Yes, indeed we did, and we bring you fabulously good tidings to hopefully your food.
And some questions.
Yes. By all means, go ahead, take a seat. I'll get some coffee going.
Oh, very good then.
Once again, it takes a bit because, you know, it's Carol doing it and not Cedric.
Oh.
But eventually he does pour a cup for Ewald before he does return back to his desk and immediately takes a sip of his own. He looks like he's been going at it for quite a bit. So, go ahead and give your report.
Well, we were able to successfully get to the Netweavers. It's Netweaver or Netcatcher. Or Netfishers?
Netweavers.
Netweavers? They went Netweaver village, and after a small stay there, we were approached by one of the Moment Watchers. Took us a few days to travel to there, but we were able to get to the Moment Watchers' hidden village. There was a trial, we saw some disturbing things, and after some information and exposition, we were able to find our quarry, as well as her assailant. Assailant? Is that the right word?
Assailant would mean she did harm.
Accessory?
She was attacked by this person.
Yeah.
Accomplice.
Accomplice,
Okay.
yes. That works. As well as her accomplice. Interesting
Well.
thing we learned, however, Alice informed us of your arrangement.
Yes. The deal we made, yes. But, I digress. What did she tell you, Star?
Well, turns out the main reason she even had so many corpses to work with is that her main operation was ferrying corpses off to Perone to sell them as labor. And the main reason why she had told Leopold to take care of the tower was to handle the situation was because the towers down in Danvers Town, that's right?
Yes, Denverstown.
Were interfering with the corpses. She was animating them and basically, you know, sending them out as basically free labor. But the towers kept shutting them down, or the spire kept shutting them down.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, the whole trafficking scandal that Leopold was a part of was his own decision. She had no part. She claims to not have any part in or decision on that end. She merely told him to fix the situation.
I see. Well, so far... no wait, let me rephrase that. Well, let me first make it clear. In terms of the deal made, her carrying off corpses was, number one, not part of the deal, and number two, something that I, nor the rest of the Academy, were even aware of. Did she tell you what her cover was?
I don't think she did.
She did not specify what her cover was.
Yes.
Apart from the fact that she was aware that she did not tell you what she was selling.
Yes. What she told me instead was that her boyfriend, Leopold, who was another student I tutored all those years ago, he wanted to try his luck and start his own seafood business. Essentially, her front was that Leopold would be setting up a small port for himself to work on his own to capture fish and bring it back to basically bring it back to the family plant in Cicello. But of course, we all know by now that was a lie.
Liar.
But foolish me believed it because, well, damn me for believing in my own students. I can assure you this will never happen again. And now that you have her here, and everyone that was responsible for that attack so long ago is taken care of, we can basically start over.
Yeah, about that. Mariel, I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. Mariel, right?
Neria.
Nariel managed to give us a little bit more
Neria.
insight. Neria.
Areola!
Oh
Neria.
my god,
It's
let's not do
Neria,
that.
not Nerio. It's Neria.
Neria. Oh.
Neria. Go ahead.
An area thought crossed our mind to getting her name right.
Regardless,
Sorry, go ahead.
the cat
Yeah, go
girl
on.
gave us a little bit of insight about her vision. It was rather unclear, but apparently she had a vision of what's to come. Something terrible will happen. And worst part is that it seems as though the world just kind of gives up and lets it happen. If we have, to her belief, if we are to survive what is to come, we cannot kill Alice.
Well, I had no intention of doing such a thing, but I do have plenty of questions for her.
Alright, well, just make sure I getting that statement across.
I think with that omen, that must mean that we might have to protect her from something. Like an event that she needs to be there for, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned about that, though. The last person we had captured here within the academy kind of went batshit insane.
Yeah.
I know. And we still haven't figured out what exactly happened to it. And honestly, I'm not sure if we ever will. With all the evidence that we've seen, not a single person assaulted him physically, or even came close to his cell, or anything else. The closest thing that could be to a suspect would be one of the Valkyries, and we've already interviewed all of them. All of them have the same stories. They did their shifts, they only talked to him whenever it was time to hand him food, or anything of the like. And we've also cross-examined them constantly to see any inconsistencies, and we haven't seen any. So, for all intents and purposes, Leopold essentially went insane on his own. Yet, I can't exactly disregard his last words that you told me in that one report, either. It is concerning.
I don't think, as much as Eloy must have terrified him, I find it hard to believe that just that trauma caused him to be broken.
I have a feeling he would have mentioned him by name if that was the case.
He never mentioned Eloy at all. Well, he didn't get our names, that makes sense.
Or mention, you know, a Knoll.
I think that would be pretty hard for him to not mention. He lost a leg.
He did, yes. But, considering what happened last time, we are going to make sure that this doesn't happen again for Alice Penderson. We have answers we desperately need out of her, and it would not do any of us good to see her go down the same path.
That's fair.
In any case, is there anything else that you would ask me?
Have you considered that perhaps they were accosted by their dream? I know there are certain spells that basically attack people while they're unconscious.
Yes, Cedric's theory from way back. We did consider that, but that also makes things hard to track. This is an academy while it caters to all kinds of adventurers from all walks of life. A lot of magically inclined people are employed to keep it running as is. So it goes from nobody could be a subject to anybody being a suspect.
Well, there's not much we can really do apart from just wait and see how things turn out.
Unfortunately, but yes. But on the bright side, we can at least, for now, take pleasure in that the case is finally closed and that Alice Penderson is finally behind bars.
I have a proposal, actually.
You go ahead, Sentinel.
Well, it's the same proposal I have made many times before, but considering that the perpetrator behind the attack is now behind bars, I figured now, since we have to wait, would be the perfect time to set up another festival. Hopefully get people mingling more, meshing together, and forgetting about their fears, if only for a little while.
Yes.
Good.
It's been quite a while, actually. Honestly, I've kind of missed it a little bit, to be honest.
Well, then, if you would allow me, I would be proud to organize yet another celebration of the unity that comes with the Isle.
What did you have in mind, perhaps?
Well, we've done culture festivals.
Food festival?
Why not? Sure, fruit festival. It'll be the island's culture this time.
Well, I thought he said food festival.
Food.
Oh, what
Yeah.
kind of festival doesn't have food?
If I may make a suggestion, this is a school, after all.
Yes.
Maybe, perhaps, Chance, we could have something that feels like a school, perhaps. Now that we've finally passed everything, maybe perhaps a school party, or I don't know, what do the kids call these days?
It's party.
A rave?
A dance?
Well, a dance.
Dude, I'm down for
So as soon as they say dance, Nimbus's mouth twitches a little bit. I'm gonna try and roll stealth for him.
Okay, for what?
You'll see.
Damn it. He didn't even roll yet.
Calm down a little bit.
And that's one
on the other side, though. Oh no!
Okay. What did they catch you doing then?
Not
Nimbus?
like this. As soon as Carol says dance, he just kind of like freezes up for a second. Like doesn't say anything, doesn't move. He just looks shocked and horrified. Like he just stumbled upon a murder scene.
Is something the matter, Sentinel Nimbus?
Oh, I think a dance sounds like a perfect idea. Yes, we should host a dance. Get all the students up there busting their moves, as it were. Oh, I'm in trouble.
You doing okay, dude?
What's the
No.
matter, Mr. Performer?
Yeah.
Can't
Yeah,
dance.
dude, what's wrong?
Can't. Rhythm?
I'll have you know I can dance just as well as the rest of them, Mr. McQuall.
I mean, I've heard a saying before, and then he said, just off the top of his head, he just says like this really long, convoluted phrase in Goblin, and then just goes, which roughly translates to "cats don't dance." Usually.
Who said that? I'm going to have a serious talk with whoever coined that term.
Eloy.
I'm gonna have to have a talk.
Hang on. I'm gonna actually roll deception for that one. That's a bold-faced lie. He's just gonna grin ear to ear.
All right, roll a All right. Traylon knows it's a lie. Nimbus doesn't.
I'm gonna pound that bag of muscle
animal.
tissue into the ground.
Lordy.
Meanwhile, the headmaster is just sitting there a bit confused, but he clears his throat and says, "So, I take it my suggestion's a good one."
Yes, we should host a dance. It'll be great.
Dude, I'm down for a dance. Sounds fun.
I'd like to think something like this would be more special with a bit more preparation. So, not something within the past few days, but quite soon, I would say. Something for everyone to get in the festive spirit somewhat. This is the DM basically saying out of character, next mission, like after led by Jesse, dance time.
Yeah. That's it.
We all have to go to the bard tutor to learn how to dance.
Hey.
Spoil the conflict. I know it was obvious, but come on. Leave me a little leeway here.
Leave me a little.
Well, I was not expecting this, but yes, is there anything else you need of me?
No, not I can really think of.
Actually, I need you to promise us something. Especially now that we have gotten so high up in your little rankings, as it were. If there's information that is prevalent to our mission or the people that we're dealing with in said mission, and you know something and we don't, I need you to promise me that you'll share it so that we can make the right decisions. Learning all of this after the fact has wounded my trust that I had in you, Headmaster.
He does sort of like look down at the table as you say that, and he does speak and he goes, I just want to make it clear that anything that I have done up until now, I have done it with the assumption that it would best suit the situation.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I didn't want to bring suspicion on us as villains or anything like that because I wanted to steer us towards what should be our goals. We had someone who had wronged us out there. We don't need to, or at least I thought I didn't need to share such information when we have an objective. I didn't want to just shed suspicion on us for something that actually isn't our fault. I didn't know that she was doing something like this ever since she left school. But you're right. I apologize for that. And as he says that, the door to the headmaster's office bursts open as a half asleep, like halfway dressed, still in his pajamas, Cedric with like one eye open that is like bloodshot red. Like very clear he's probably woken up. He goes, "I'm awake! I'm awake! I'm awake! What do you need, Headmaster?" Cedric? It's 10 p.m. What? No, it's not the middle of the morning. You can go back to sleep. Oh. Alright. Sorry. And then he closes the door behind him.
Thanks, Cedric.
So, what's that all about?
What do you mean?
I don't think I've ever seen that man fall asleep. And you yourself seem pretty worn out, so did something happen while we were gone, or something?
He's got the caffeine patch.
It's not so much that... Well... Yes, I did have to do so much in order to get him to sleep. He did sleep, but as you can see, this man doesn't have a still bone in his body when it comes to not pushing himself. As for why I'm tired, well, it's because I've been having to deal with this all day. And he shows, like, stacks of papers. Essentially, I've been getting reports from all the world governments about some strange instances of civil unrest around the world.
Is it the same civil unrest of where they go all loopy and they start preaching about the upcoming invasion?
Well, talking about the invasion, yes, but it isn't loopy, so to speak. It's organized. It's peaceful protest, so to speak.
Oh.
And they are specifically peacefully protesting the Academy, in a way.
Why? We have done nothing but good since we were established, no?
Is it because of the rock?
It's not about
God,
the rock.
wouldn't that be a fucking twist?
No, no, I can assure you and Mr. McQuall, it has nothing to do with the rock. You can see him sort of like roll his eyes. God, this fucking game. But no, it's some of them are more eloquent than others, but the basic gist of the protests, and he's doing quotation markers with his hands as he's doing it. The basic gist of their protests is that whatever out there is coming for us is coming to free us from our earthly wants and needs, and yet the Academy is trying to basically militarize the entire world in order to keep that from happening. To them, we are basically throwing away a get-out-of-jail-free card.
Oh.
And they don't like that.
That could, seem a bit controversial for some.
So, I've been having to see reports of this coming from everywhere. It hasn't happened in Radiara yet, but I don't see why it can't soon.
Pretty sure the last time we were there were some situations like that happening. Except there was a lot more.
But not...
It was a lot more, more hypnotized like scenarios instead of active protesting.
Maybe they weren't hypnotized to begin with. Or rather, maybe they just found a better way to eloquently get their message across. Regardless, this is what I've had to put up with all day.
Well, you're certainly holding yourself well. Well, maybe you would if you took a bit of a nap.
Yeah, it's about that time for me, anyway.
Yes. If you would like, I can certainly recommend a good teacher for some stretches. Meaning myself.
Oh, I'll save that for tomorrow.
All right.
But I
Well,
appreciate the thoughts.
Oh, no problem. We also have a bit of good news.
What would that be?
Well, while on our travels in getting the, captives, we also received this wicked book of nastiness. And he reaches inside his armor and pulls out the journal, the gothic journal with the stickers and everything. And we have made it our utmost duty to ensure that nobody, points to him, nobody, my good sir, points to McQuail,
Give me the
has
book.
had the chance to...
No, I'll do it all again. This time canon.
Let it finish.
All right.
McQuail, not now.
All right. Sorry.
Nobody has had a gander to its wicked ways.
Again.
He actually takes a long look at it, and he looks a bit sad as he takes it in his hand and pops it open to sort of like take a peek inside, and he goes, "Oh, this is our old spell book."
Mm-hmm.
He looks inside. The first page is, "My name is Alice Dementia Ebony Raven."
You shut the fuck up right
Oh my god!
Dementia.
We'll play later.
Well,
Why?
we'll
Yeah,
explain.
yeah, it's a reference.
But yeah, he scrolls through page after page, and you actually sort of see him well up a little bit in some of his eyes, and he says, "I remember when this was just a journal, before she wrote anything in this."
Oh, I didn't think this would actually make you sad.
Well, I apologize if it makes you upset.
No. I just, if you enjoy feeling forlorn, nostalgic, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
It just makes me think of the old days, back when we were much more innocent. The world wasn't in danger.
Well, that is the way of youth and learning responsibility. Once you have it, you realize the consequences of, youthful ways.
I think some people still need to learn that lesson, but I agree.
Well, I am certainly glad that you seem to have learned yourself well, and that all of us can entrust in you with this responsibility to handle these matters well.
Indeed. Despite everything, I am glad that I still have your trust in me. I will be the first to admit that I am not perfect. But I am grateful that you will continue to put up with me, regardless.
Oh, what? Of course, sir. No, I would never you mind that. Never doubt that. You're the most trustworthy person since everyone else here, except for
Egg.
What?
Egg.
No.
That's
You're very trustworthy, Mr. McQuail. I was just Justin. Remember the Justin lads?
Egg.
So, but yeah.
I know that's supposed to be Traylon, like you saying that Traylon is gonna throw or shoot an egg at someone, but that just makes me think of him like as a little baby, just going up to the counter and like his mom is making breakfast and he can smell it from his bedroom and just looks up at her from under the counter and just like, egg.
I demand egg.
Mother, I would
You will
like
give
an
me
egg.
an egg.
God.
Wait, are you saying egg or throwing eggs at Francesco?
Throwing eggs.
Ah!
He
Not
requests
really once.
egg. He's gonna throw those little eggs from the beginning of Finding Nemo at you.
Yeah.
Aw.
So, so with all that, eventually the headmaster does allow you to be dismissed. Is there any other kind of RP zinger you would like to do before we call this session to a close?
I can't think of anything.
There is one last thing. Traylon is going to make his way towards, I guess, the workshop. And he's gonna find, what's his name? A good teacher.
Anvil Basher.
Anvil
Gondor
Basher.
Yep.
He says, just kind of kicks open the door, sees who's at work, sees Anvil Basher, and says, "Ah, look, you're still here."
It's 10 p.m. Why are you kicking the door open?
Actually, I was getting ready to go. Okay, you're here. Okay. Hi.
That's pretty much exactly what his reaction is.
Traylon slaps down a bunch of schematics. He says, "All right, so I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 plans for new different types of arrows, as well as a new schematic for some previous stuff, and maybe a few other things for magic arrows. How much free time do you got?"
I'm going to sleep.
Alright, well then I'll be here first thing in the morning.
Fine.
Do you ever sleep, kid?
Yeah, do you ever sleep?
No.
He's got the caffeine patch.
Stay awake for days with no side effects. Sorry.
I love that movie. That's pretty good.
So, but Gondor will, as he starts heading outside of the forge, he'll say, "Oh, by the way, someone left you a letter."
Ooh. Traylon will go see that letter.
Sure enough, when you go back to your own dorm, you see the letter sort of like halfway, underneath your door.
Can I roll investigation to see if there's anything inside?
You mean like without opening it?
Without opening it.
You don't need to investigation to see. Yeah, there is an envelope inside.
There's nothing magical or perchance something rigged inside of it.
Even with like your passive ability to detect magic, or just you don't have a passive ability. You just have the fucking spell or whatever.
Not really.
Let him roll.
Yeah, but either way, yeah, go ahead.
20 investigation.
I would say the only thing magical about it is, pretty much the contents of the letter.
It's a glyph of warding. Fuck it. Alright, Traylon's going to tack the letter up to like a door or something outside of his room. Kind of hook one of the shurikens underneath it to open it, draw some string around it, get a good distance away, and then pull.
Alright, then this will open up the envelope, and sure enough, a single little postcard thing falls out. And it says, "To Traylon."
God damn it, I need to learn fucking Mage Hand or something. So he goes up and see the postcard.
Alright, so the front of the postcard itself says... how do I want to do this? The front of the postcard says... Let's see. The front of the postcard says, I hope you enjoyed your break. And then there's like a little arrow leading to like the inside of the postcard.
You would check.
Uh-oh! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, I mean...
Are you going to open it?
I mean, if you're that worried about another glitter bomb, you can always take it to Crudez.
You know what? He will do such thing. He's going to knock on Crudez's door.
Dude, what?
He's going to point the envelope, or the opening of the envelope towards his direction, and then open it slightly more.
What? Dude, what are you doing?
Check this for me.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, Traylon would have made it abundantly clear that, the fucking glitter bomb thing from before, so... Oh right, I keep forgetting that we're not outside, we're like up a couple floors.
No, you're on the ground floor.
Oh, we're on the ground floor. Yeah, no, because in my mind I always imagined this to be like kind of similar to like the dorms in Garrick Mach, where like they're always like facing outside, or at least like the first floor.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you know what? Yeah, he's just gonna usher Traylon inside, go to his window, knowing that this might be what he thinks it is.
Alright, so... Crudez. So, you're gonna take the postcard. You're gonna take the postcard, and you're gonna basically go to your window and outstretch it over the edge to read it that way.
Well, no, he's gonna, like, open it out the window. If it's, like, a glitter bomb, like, he's assuming that this might be.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, would you like me to open it upon myself, Don?
Well, I mean, this'll work too. So,
okay.
When you...
Oh, no.
When you... So, when you open it up, you hear... the second you see, like, the flap of the inside open, you hear, like, this incredibly loud, intentionally ear-rapey, jazzy sort of, like, song play out.
Chris slams it shut.
and
Sorry.
quickly pause, and it's like, yeah.
Chris just shouts out the window, sorry, we just got pranked.
Shut the fuck up and go to sleep!
I know, I'm trying to!
Who's yelling at 3 a.m.?
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
He just hands it back to Trail. It's just like, there, happy. Also, glitter bomb for you. And he goes sorry right in front of him. Full lights and everything. Now let me go to bed, Traylon.
Takes the envelope back.
Good night, Traylon.
Poor Traylon.
Good night, Traylon.
Uh-huh.
Good night, Traylon.
Wow.
You just
really
like
committed to that bit.
bed.
Yeah,
Go
Traylon's already
bed
gone.
or-
Traylon's
Go
gone.
to bed, or the next one is going to be go to bed 64.
He's already gone.
I know.
I have a quick theory, and if
Okay.
this has any merit at all, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if the person that's pranking him is just a no-bog? Hence all the confetti.
No.
It wasn't confetti, it was literally ear rape.
Well, it was confetti
Okay,
first,
but the first,
and then,
the first
like,
couple
your
times
way.
it was confetti, and now it's loud horns.
Just to be sure, we're all sharing a dorm room together, right?
We're
So,
sharing
uh,
a dorm building.
You have individual rooms, but your rooms are all at the end of a hallway, like, you know, 2 on one side, 2 on the other. So you're all like neighbors in the same vicinity of each other, if that makes sense.
I don't know how most of this. I don't know how most of this party would feel if we all had to wake up every morning to crude.
Oh God, yeah.
We almost had you all like have like, I don't know, bunk beds or something like that when we first started this,
Cool.
but yeah, but we thought, it might be better to just have like multiple rooms so you could like decorate how you want.
Yeah.
Alright. I need to check my room now.
Your room is perfectly fine.
Is there actually any writing on this postcard, or is it just blast?
Yes,
Okay,
actually.
okay. Did you have to break
But
the
Will never got to, or Crudez never got to look inside.
Alright.
Oh, how about that, huh?
Yeah, Traylon will get some earplugs that he has for the forge and all that. Close the doors, close the window, make sure he's not making a disturbance. And he's gonna...
It hides under all the covers.
Yeah. Figure out what the hell is written on this damn thing.
And music plays on again. Just as a reminder, the front of the postcard said, "Hope you enjoyed your break," and then an inside with like glowing cursive orange letters that look like a fucking rave. And in the inside of the postcard it says, "But I'm back."
I'm back! He's going to close the thing. And now that he has written information, he now knows... This was handwritten, correct?
Who knows? You'll have to do investigations on that.
God.
Alright, well,
And-
first off, he needs to find some place that'll, like, has a zone of silence or some bullshit, or find a way to dispel this crap.
Enhanced!
And before that, as Traylon is finishing up, he just hears this monstrous claw just like scraping down the side of his window. Red glowing eyes. Go to bed, Traylon.
Shut the fuck up! Shoots an arrow out through the window.
Look, I was worried for a second because that sounded less like Traylon and more like Gray. I was like, oh shit.
And with that, we will call it here.
Hooray!
I did it!
You did it. I'm proud of you.
Ooh.
So a dance.
This is so bullshit. I don't even know how the fuck I'm gonna find this asshole. But when I do, swear to God, I will.
There will
fucking
be a
ruin
goddamn
him.
reckoning.
There will be a reckoning.
Yes, there will be a goddamn reckoning.
Yeah. Good luck with that and getting the book.
Oh yeah, can't get that anymore, huh?
So, the dance thing is actually something I've had in my plans for a very long time, actually.
Oh, yeah, we made it. We're making a school theme session campaign. We can't not have a school dance.
Yeah.
I'm not ready though. We haven't even had like preliminary prom. I need to get to go to my real one. How am I supposed to prepare for this?
I mean, it's basically a preliminary.
A preliminary blah, 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 blah,
Oh,
blah,
well,
blah.
now that I know it's a preliminary, then I feel completely safe.
But yeah, after Jesse's next mission, the prom will happen.
That's fair.
Prom coming.
Prom coming.
Oh my.
That's from Adventure Time.
Would anyone even want to go to the dance with me? I'm kind of like a shameless lech.
Bruno's motions to literally anyone and everyone. Cause you're a fucking snack, dude. Take
Alright.
the goddamn pick, you a fucking snack.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, if that's all, well, Jesse, you think now's good?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, this.
What?
What this?
I just had a little gift for Gray.
Oh?
Oh?
And should I stop recording, or...?
If you want.
Oh, the white.
Ooh!
That's weird.
There we go. It's
Ooh, look at this.
It's a character creation.
Look at the boy.
Hey!
It's your little Goldborn character guy. And he's fending off his gold from those that want him to pay his loans.
The bills are a little too real.
Aww.
I just like the patches on the giant sack.
Yeah, the Dutch tape.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's a cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
He showed me this, like, sometime last night, but I couldn't see it until I woke up. Yeah, it's awesome.
Oh. Yeah, there, it's on stream for everyone to see too.
Yay!
I love it.
I'm glad you like it.
Great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun just like seeing his design and thinking, how am I gonna do that hair?
It is a
I'm
live
gonna-
hair.
And you said gold be nimble, gold be quick.
Yeah.
Hair act like a candlestick.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun just like working his little design and kind of like putting a little bit of theming with the gloves and the boots.
Actually, I really like those gloves, actually. I mean, I actually add that to his design.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
the fingerless gloves? That's awesome. Goal be nimble, goal be quick, goal going down on that candlestick.
Hey.
I want to take a ride on your disco stick.
I don't think
God.
just
And he does want to take a ride on that disco stick.
Honestly, yeah.
Even if he pretends he doesn't want to.
Alright.
I'm glad.
And with that, I will catch y'all later. Thank you so much, and next week, it'll be Jesse's turn.
Woo.
Yay!
Hooray.
Jesse's turn.
Later, guys.
Jesse, please don't
Bye.
let me embarrass myself in front of Kin.
Aww.